Has the adrenaline worn off yet from the game winner?
A little bit. I'm still pretty warm. I was not that warm first half.
Drew, did it ever enter your mind going and running out there on the field that was almost the exact same kick as the one that joinked off the upright in the first quarter?
Well, I just changed where I'm aiming, but one of the key points I've been working on throughout practice the last couple of weeks, and even in the game, like pre-game talking to Coach Woods, is being convicted on my line, which means truly believing where you're aiming and trying to kick it there. Because sometimes, maybe in the past, I've like aimed at a spot and then like played not trusted it. But like obviously at the end of the game, I picked the line and that's where I wanted it. That's where I wanted to play it truly, because the wind was slightly pushing it left to right, and it Mother Nature kind of got me in the first half, but it made it wouldn't matter.
How tough is it to shake that off when you're going out there for a possible game-winning kick?
If you would have asked me that a few years ago, I probably would have been like, it's impossible. But I mean, it's like 1 or 2 minutes, and dang, that sucks. But your team needs you in close games like that, so I mean, it wasn't that difficult to shake it off.
The play calling on the 3 plays before your kick, ultra conservative, and they were setting you up for a long one. How do you feel about that?
I mean, shout out my coaches for believing in me, but to be quite honest with you, I wasn't even looking. I already knew what was finna happen. I was already kicking in the net, and then I hear like crowd roars here, there, and then next kick. I was prepared.
Do you know how far the kick is when you line it up? Or you do, right? Like the exact distance, and how far could you have made one from today? Attempted one.
Well, it is kind of difficult to like judge that. I try to pick like a line. That's what we do pregame, and maybe adjust it at halftime depending on how the weather holds up or changes throughout the game. But I had it set at like a 56-yarder because that's what I want. That's what I want to like. I set my line based off no adrenaline and like maybe my lower end kicks. Like if I don't hit it like as pure as possible. But I mean, with adrenaline, I can probably go pretty or further than that.
Was this one as pure as you could hit it? Was it?
Yeah, that one was pretty. That was nice. Yeah.
Did it feel it was good? Like, you knew it was good before you kicked it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because that's one thing. I mean, as soon as I kicked it, I started like celebrating. I was like, it went in, and then like it's like a 3-second delay, and then the crowd starts cheering.
How was the turf? There was some give in the turf down in the goal line area. Was it solid for you kicking the ball on that turf?
I mean, I walked it pregame. There was a little bit of differences. It was honestly just like a little softer than the outfield turf. I mean, the turf didn't really affect me too much that game. I mean, when I'm practicing in the net, sometimes the spot gets worn out, like it sinks down because I plant pretty hard. But I mean, it didn't affect me too much. It didn't affect me enough to change anything.
2 more questions. You had a game winner last year. It was about 60 degrees colder though in Minnesota. I mean, what's kind of your mindset when you go on the field? Do you just kind of empty your thoughts, or how do you approach that moment? Because it could probably swallow up some people if you're not mentally prepared for it.
Yeah, it's almost like the best word I can describe this is it's like a blackout. Like you're strictly going off of your training, because if you wanted to think of something, like you just can't. It's hard to describe it, but like you're running out there, and next thing you know, you're running off, no matter what happens. I mean, apparently, my snapper and holder just told me that the other team was like the players were saying stuff to me, and I had no clue. Like I had no idea.
It seemed like after the game, you guys were kind of like right on the edge of the dugout, like just sharing a moment with the crowd. What all was that like?
I mean, that's why I love sports. The atmosphere is unmatched with anything, and it's always good. Like when everybody's happy, you're happy. That's happy. Not playing. It's a competitive game, and I was having fun.
Did the first kick, did that help you? I mean, you got to see the same distance and everything?
I mean, yeah. It's also different when you get like that far back. You gotta kind of like gauge where you're aiming. And I mean, if I could go back, I probably would have aimed at the left upright. But I was aiming left middle. I mean, convicted line. That's where I was predetermined to go on that specific kick. And I mean, Mother Nature said no. It's also a little different because when you're on the hash, like the wind will move it that much more than like if you're in the middle.
All right, thanks, Drew.